All right, Team River Runner, we're going to be doing a quick instructional video on how to make vision simulators for your on-water practice. This will come in very handy for OuttaSight guide training and just to see how things work if you have low vision. So your materials are one pair of swim goggles, cheaper the better, a sanding piece of sandpaper. I've got a sanding block and a black Sharpie. So you should be mimicking this on some of the videos that you may have seen on our training site. So first thing you want to do is use your sandpaper to sort of scuff up the visual field. So I'm going to sit down, I'm just going to lightly sand this. Looking through it, you want to get the sides as well. Just remember, people with low vision normally have low vision everywhere in your visual field and not just in front. So let's go ahead and sand that up good. You want to use a fine grit, sort of like, 400, 600 grit. The really coarse grits make deep scratches, which, that might work, but it doesn't look like blurring. It looks more like a damaged cornea. Okay, so we've got that blurred up. You can look through that, see how blurry I am. This is extremely bad vision. All right, so this would be legal blindness. So now a lot of people who have visual issues, especially veterans who've been injured in training or in combat, also have visual field obscuration based on detached retina or a flash injury, or they may have congenital issues or a variety of disease problems. Such as diabetic retinopathy, things like that. So I'm going to do a detached retina in one eye. And then I'm going to put floaters in the other eye, simulating that this veteran has undergone a traumatic injury to the head. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to completely obscure one part of the visual field in one eye. So you can see I'm just sort of taking this and I'm going to make that part of the vision unusable. And that sort of simulates that part of the retina no longer works. Detached retina is actually a very common combat injury anymore. A lot of the personal protective equipment that our soldiers have in the field are protecting their lives, but because of the trauma to the head, you get blown up, your head gets blown around, you can have part of your retina no longer work. And then usually with this, you'll have a bunch of stuff happening inside the eye. So floaters. I'm just going to put some obscuring blotches around. Don't forget the peripheral vision. Some obscuring blotches. You don't have to make this clinically accurate. This is going to help you simulate while you're on the water what's going on with this individual. So this one is for a person who's, say, right eye dominant, whose right eye has a detached retina, and a detached retina might look pretty much like anything. So in the other eye, I'm going to put a bunch of large floaters. Let's just sort of say that this eye didn't have necessarily a fully detached retina, but had some damage that is similar to the other eye. So these are obscurations to the visual field. You vision professionals out there, I know that you're going to have a lot to say about this. Remember, we're not making these to be clinically accurate per se. We're making these to simulate our vision as though it were obscured by an eye injury, so that we can learn how to guide low vision paddlers on the water. So that's the left eye, and that's the right eye. Again, this is not clinically accurate. It's designed so that you can get on the water and learn skills firsthand. All right, so go ahead and sit down, make your vision simulators, and then we'll proceed afterward.